Haley. You're listening to Nothing But Niners.
So now they've got to start from deep in their end of the field, and Garrison Hurst takes advantage of it. He takes the handoff, swings to his right, gets to the 20. He's at the 30, needs to cut in. He comes back up the right sideline, breaks the third tackle, comes down to the 30. He's down to the 20. He's down to the 10. He's down to the 5. He's down to the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! 49ers! 96-yard run from scrimmage. Garrison Hurst.
Young, back to throw. In trouble, he's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again, to the 35, cuts back at the 30, to the 20, the 50, the 10. He dies. Touchdown, 49ers.
7-11's 27-yard line. 49ers into the backfield. Smith on third down. He'll take it himself for first down. Alex Smith is in. Touchdown.
Left hip. Third down, Alex takes the snap. Alex looking down in the post, and it's good! Touchdown! Touchdown 49! It is second down. Ryan takes the snap, goes to slant to the left side. It's Russell, intercepted! The 49ers pick it, and Navarro Bowman is redemption! Navarro Bowman running it all the way for a touchdown! No greater redemption!
Kaepernick shoots it. Hold everybody. Colin Kaepernick. What a game. Touchdown.
Yeah. Click, click, boom. What's going on, faithfuls? The Nothing But Niners crew is back, and we are here to start our off-season program. Now, I know I'm saying start, and we already started the off-season program, but we're going to get into our regular groove here, guys. So make sure you guys are locked in, you're loaded. Make sure you guys have those notifications turned on too, because I'm telling you guys, we're bringing breaking news videos. We were this close to doing one today. But we'll get to that in a second. I'm your guy, 49ers Mike _NFL. Over here on this side is my guy, Tony. He is NJ Niner fan 499. What up, big dog? How you doing over there?
Good, man. What's up? What's going on? Wayne, what's up?
Not much. And my guy down here, Wayne, he is Wayne Breezy. What's going on, Breezy?
Man, this cheating punk mofo showdown, lowdown around town, man. I wish cats on the internet stop scrubbing, yo. This ain't Street Fighter, it's Madden. Like, stop scrubbing. Scrub.
Breezy needed his 49er football fix so bad, y'all. He is playing Madden as we're on the live broadcast. That is commitment. That is insanity. That is Breezy, ladies and gentlemen. That is Breezy. But listen, I'm going to run through these formalities really quick. Again, guys, if this is your first time here on the YouTube page, we thank you guys for checking us out. Hopefully you enjoy the show. All jokes aside, if this is your first time here, leave us a comment. Write something down there so we know that you're a first-time viewer. I want to pop those messages up. So, guys, let's keep our eyes on the chat for those kind of messages, all right? If there's a first-time user, we want to welcome you guys. Thank you guys for checking us out. If you enjoy the show, hit that like button, but more importantly, turn on your subscriptions and notifications so you know exactly when we're going live. Not all videos give you this time frame. You don't always have a 2 or 3 hour in advance notice, okay? We have a couple social media pages you guys should follow also, Twitter and Snapchat. Those handles are exactly the same. That is nothing but 9, the number 9, ERS, nothing but 9, ERS. We have Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch, and that handle, or those handles, are nothing but Niners. Those are spelled all the way out, just like the website, which is www.nothingbutniners.com. Guys, we are in desperate need of a web designer, so if you know somebody, send them our way, okay? If you know anybody, we want to revamp the Nothing But Niners website. Here we are 4 years in, and we haven't upgraded the website. How can we be mad at Kyle Shanahan and Jed York and the organization for not getting the job done? We're not doing our part. We got to step it up, man. So I feel like when we get the website redone, the Nothing But Niners will rub off on the regular Niners, and then everything will start to work together. So let's get this website redone, guys. If you know anybody who is a web designer, have them send some information to me, okay? nb9ers@nothingbutniners.com. All right, that's the email right there, nb9ers@nothingbutniners.com. Or you can send me the DM on Twitter, okay? Guys, I want to start the show off a little bit different, okay? We're going to come in here, we're going to have some fun, but there's something that's bothering one of my people, so it's in turn bothering me. So let's just get this out the way really quick, okay? I got a couple of DMs today, more than one. I got a couple of DMs today about this list on Twitter of racist, it says racist and Trump supporters and 49er fans or something like it's a weird list. It's a very weird list. But on that list is my guy right here, Tony. Now, Tony, I'm going to give you the opportunity to speak, but here's the thing. The person who has this list posted on their page, and I've seen this list going around for a couple of years now, okay? But the person that we saw this list from today is telling people, here's the list, block every name on here, don't respond to these people, like, let's get them out of here. Again, Tony's name is on this list, right? But when Tony messages the guy responds. So my issue with this is he's just posting stuff to post it. Like he's not drinking the Kool-Aid himself. He's just telling people to do it. Because if he was living the life that he was preaching online, he would have had Tony blocked and he wouldn't have received Tony's message. Yet he's replying and responding to Tony. So yeah, exactly. Yeah, sloppy Dickens. You're absolutely right. This guy is listen, I have my own personal opinion of the guy. I'm not here to sway anybody's opinion on him, but I remember him from his previous names and this. All right, almost got out of character, but the guys, I don't have anything positive to say about him. So Tony, I'm going to give you the floor. Let you say the obvious if you want, or if you don't want to say anything at all, we can just gloss right over it. But go ahead.
I just think it's pretty sad that it potentially comes down to political views. And if I technically was a racist, would I be on the show right now? I mean, like, I don't understand how something like that. I mean, it bothers me. Obviously, this guy's a loser and he's got nothing better to do. But according to him on Twitter, he said that there's other 49er faithful that nominated me to be racist. Okay.
Oh, so you made the list by nomination. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
right.
cool. It is what it is. But my gut feeling is I think I know why I was nominated. And it's pretty sad because it probably has to do what I do for a living. And it's sad. I mean, it is what it is. But unfortunately, this is what today is about. To be honest with you, both of these guys are idiots. Trump and Biden. They're both bad. They're both liars. They're both wrong. But for my personal reasons, I was screwed over by a Democrat and I lost my job because of it. And for that reason, I just have a bad taste in my mouth because of the Democrats.
Well, let me stop you, man. You owe nobody an explanation. The fact of
I
the
know,
matter is,
but you know what? It's sad that it turns into this, like, it's sickening because if this guy or any other 49er faithful had a brain in their head, I'm on a show with you two. Like, we talk football today all the time.
What he meant by you two was two black guys. I'll say it for you. I got your back, bro. I'm here.
If I say that, then I don't want to be. You know what I'm saying?
No, but I know what you're saying. And listen, I can vouch for Tony. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I promise you guys, if I thought for a half a second that Tony was racist, he would not be here. So, like, it's a dead issue. Don't worry about it, man. But
yeah, I mean, listen, if anybody wants to ask me a question, talk to me, you can please. My DMs are open. Feel free to ask me. I'm not hiding anything. Okay. This individual is telling me, I'm racist because I said something about Kaepernick. Well, I have a Super Bowl jersey in my closet right now that's Colin Kaepernick's. I have a game helmet that's autographed by Colin Kaepernick. How am I racist? Like,
right.
I just don't. I don't get it. And the excuses that he's making, clearly this guy has way too much time on his hands because he told me he investigated my timeline to confirm it. So, guy, if you're going to sit there and watch my timeline, you need to get a life because there's more in life than Twitter.
Exactly. All right, guys. We got a show to get into. And what we're going to do here is we normally, you know what, we'll do it today. We start with the latest 49ers news, and we almost did a breaking news video. The Niners and offensive assistant, Katie Sowers. Have mutually parted ways. Okay. We didn't get a lot of detail about why. But Matt Mayoko later on tweeted that there wasn't a lot of opportunity for her as far as advancement within the 49ers organization, but maybe she will get those opportunities elsewhere. Okay, so it seems like it was a mutual parting of ways here. Let's get these contributions out the way. Tony, don't pay that jackwagon any mind. You don't owe anyone an explanation. Denise, thank you for the contribution, and I completely agree. I 100% agree with what you're saying here. And Callie also says, echoes the same sentiment. Thank you for the contribution. Don't pay these a-holes any attention, Tony. We love you, Tony. This coming from a black man. Like the people who know, bro. If you're just
it's great. Listen, it's greatly appreciated, guys. You didn't have to give the money, but it is greatly appreciated. It's just it's sad the way this world is turning, and me having 2 young kids, and it's really sad. What is it going to be like when my kids get older, and Wayne's kids get older, and Mike's kids? What is it going to be like? Yeah.
Hey, look, we can. We'll podcast for world peace later on. I promise.
But getting back to Katie Sowers, I'm wondering if there's a deal behind the doors to go with Salah somewhere. Because I don't think she was terminated. I just don't think her contract was renewed. So maybe there's some type of agreement that if Salah goes somewhere, she's going to be a part of the move, going with Salah to wherever team he lands with, along with other people potentially from the staff.
Yeah, holy Miss Debbie, did you mean to do that? Did you hit too many zeros? Damn. All right, Miss Debbie with the contribution of the year so far. She says, I can vouch for Tony, and I'm putting my money where my mouth is, damn it. Exactly. And this is what I'm talking about here, man. This is what I'm talking about. Like, the people who know. You get what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So Miss Debbie is putting her damn foot down. $100 contribution from Miss Debbie. We thank you for that, man. And
Debbie, that you didn't have to do it. Just the words alone is priceless. Like, it means a lot. But thank you very much. You really didn't have to do that. Yeah, it's just, it's kind of touching, but people care and stuff. Like, it's just sad. Our show that's 49ers topic based has to start off like this, and it's a shame. But
this person claims to be a faithful, and it could negatively reflect not on the show but on you. It's someone attacking your character, and I just wanted to make sure that we took this time to just.
No, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You're talking about Katie potentially having some, backdoor deal worked out with Salah and all, but she could have remained with the team and still left if Salah were to be hired. So what I was thinking was that, well, actually, let me shut up. Breezy, what were your thoughts when you heard the news? And then I'll conspiracy theory you to death.
Wow. I mean, I was thinking kind of like all over the place. I was like, oh, man, they let her go. Like, how's this, going to look for the team? Like, what does she necessarily do right or do wrong? But they put in that mutually parted ways type thing. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I thought I loved Sowers there. I thought she definitely had a good rapport with the players. Maybe Kyle just doesn't want any help on the offense. You know what I'm saying? Because his ego or whatnot. And maybe what you said is right. Maybe this is going to give her an opportunity to advance. As a female in the NFL, like, working in that, as a coach, I feel like they don't get the same chances as male coaches do. And I think it's something underlying within that. Like, I thought the 49ers did something special. They brought her in. She was doing her thing. You see her in commercials, blah, 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 blah. And now she's going to be gone. But I'm hoping she goes and gets something bigger and better, man. Big up to Katie, yo. I'm rooting for her, her twin sister too. And I'm rooting for her, yo. So I hope it works out.
Yeah, so when I heard the news, I didn't look into it a ton. I didn't, I was just going to wait because we were going to do a breaking news, but then we were trying to find out why. What was there anything else associated with this story? And it was just no. She said she wasn't coming. I believe the first person I saw with the information was Cam Inman. Right? Wasn't the tweet you sent me from Cam Inman? Right? And so I'm thinking to myself, all right. And then if you continue on his timeline, he's talking about in text, she said da 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 da. So I don't know if she was texting him or what. But what was interesting to me with all of this was that Mayoko tweeted out there doesn't seem to be any room for advancement within the 49ers organization, so maybe she'll get it elsewhere. And at face value, I'm like, all right, cool. That's great. I understand it. She's under Wes Welker. She's working with the receivers. Wes probably isn't going anywhere. Kyle will block that from happening. You know what I mean? Da, 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 da. But then I started thinking, Kyle can't block everybody from leaving. So how is it that there's no room or opportunity for advancement? If by chance Salah goes somewhere, there are going to be pieces and opportunities for advancement.
Correct.
So then all of a sudden I'm like, oh man, I smell BS. I smell some bull. There's something going on. They're doing my girl Katie dirty. But I didn't tweet any of this stuff. I saved it for the show. Am I crazy, guys? What are your thoughts on it? Am I nuts?
I think I don't know, man. The conspiracy's there. I think we just got to sit back and kind of wait and see what pans out with this team, man. There's gonna be a lot of crazy stuff going on, and there might be a whole new regime of coaches. Hey, look, we talked about them making moves and getting rid of some people and people that are like loose ends, dead ends, whatever you want to call it. Not saying that's what Katie was,
right?
But I would like to see more done. And if I see more done, then no, this isn't that conspiracy you're talking about. But if I don't see more done, this is dirty.
Right. It feels weird. And again, I'm not trying to slander the team or anything like that.
It's dirty.
But Jay Tan just said Mike doing too much. I always do too much. That's how my brain works. That's how my brain works, man. I just can't, I read ABC and I'm like, damn, are they trying to say something else? Are those initial? Is this an acronym? Like my brain just doesn't just read it and then walk away from it. So when I see Matt Mayoko, who we know is a at times a mouthpiece for the organization, we know that to be true. I didn't see any other beat writers commenting on this other than farewell, Katie. We appreciate you. Da 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 da. I didn't see anybody else with inside information except Matt.
Right.
And we know that Matt Mayoko is often a mouthpiece for the organization. So then I took it as, all right, no one else is saying anything with the inside information. We got it from Cam, and then we get it from Matt. Is the team telling Matt to say this? And if the team is telling Matt to say this, do they know that Salah's not going anywhere? Or are they lying? Because if Salah leaves, this is my whole point. If Salah leaves, he's taking someone from this staff with him. We know that. Probably on the offensive side and probably on the defensive side. There has to be somewhere where Katie could have advanced. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead, Tony. I know you had some thoughts on it.
There's a rumor
back up here
leading up to the last game that Kyle and Salah sat down and talked, and they were kind of talking on names on God, if he gets a job, who he would like to take, if Kyle's okay with it. So, I mean, it could go either way. You could be 100% Mike. You could be 100% right, Mike. But it could also be maybe there's a plan to take her, and because she was assistant receivers coach with the 49ers, maybe she becomes the full-time receivers coach with wherever Robert Saleh goes. So, listen, it's too early to tell. We got to wait till the main domino falls, and that's Saleh. So I guess time will tell the truth.
Right.
Yeah. We're going to keep our eyes on it. And guys, no, we're not just talking about her because she's a woman. All right. I see the comments here in the
what happened?
Chat. You guys are exposing yourselves. I'd be careful if I were you guys. I'd be careful. But no, we're not just talking about her. This show, we cover any and everybody that comes and goes on this team. So if you haven't, go back and check. We got thousands of videos to prove so. But yeah, so we will keep our ears and eyes open on that subject there and just see what happens, man. Just see what happens. This is not the first Katie Sauer story that came out this year either that set off some alarms and some bells. But we didn't discuss the other one about where she was flying while traveling with the team and so on and so forth. So we will be back with more on that as soon as we hear something. If we don't hear anything, then so be it. But guys, here we are, 20 minutes in. And this is the free agency show. I got a banner here somewhere. Hold on. I got something here. So all year long, I remember it was like week 8. Nope, I'm lying. I remember it was like what should have been preseason, and we were talking about all like how preseason was going to affect this team. That we need to evaluate every single player because of how many free agents were going to be coming up at the end of the season. I think at the time it was like 22. Which was a crazy high number. 22 people are going to be free agents at the conclusion of the season. And then by the time week 6 rolled around and week 7 and all the injuries started coming and Niners had to keep signing players, all of a sudden that 22 went all the way up to 31. And now the season is over and people are saying the Niners have 41 free agents. I mean, the list was multiplying. They were like rabbits in a shed, just multiplying like crazy, right? So now what this show is going to be is just breaking down every single free agent. We're not going to say if they're restricted, unrestricted, and da-da-da. None of that matters. Just every free agent, every person that the Niners need to put to some kind of contract if they want their services back. We're going to tell you who they are. We're going to tell you what they did here. And then we're going to say whether we think they should come back and whether we think they will come back. And yes, there is a difference. All right, guys, who wants to go first here? Everyone's got their list. Everyone's got their names. Who wants to go first here?
Whatever one. I don't care. I'll start. Breeze, you want to start?
You got it, though.
All right. I know you're in your game right there.
That's all good.
What's the score, Breezy? You getting your ass whooped, ain't you? You too quiet.
Nah, I lost that game because that bum that did the he did a fake field goal at the end of the game, and then he ended up scoring on it. I thought he was gonna try to send it into overtime. Oh well, it is what it is.
Gotcha.
Bum.
All right. So my first guy that I'm going to talk about is, in my opinion, our top priority. That's Trent Williams. He's 32 years old. He's in the 10th year. He's a 14-game starter for the 49ers. I believe his missed 2 starts due to COVID, if I'm 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. We acquired him last year in the 2020 draft for a 5th-round pick in 20 and a 3rd-round pick in 2021. We brought him in to fill the left tackle spot that was left by the retired Joe Staley. Listen, he's a great fit for the scheme. He's happy he wants to be here. He had a rough run in Washington between the management and coaching staff and the medical staff. So he's reunited with Shanahan. He's happy. He belongs here. There's a great system for him. He's happy playing in this system. So I think he definitely should be brought back. Do I think the team will bring him back? Yes.
Okay, now there were rumors that came out today, as a matter of fact, on this guy. So I'm glad you went first. And it was that the team were in extensive talks with Trent Williams at the conclusion of the season, but they didn't get anywhere. Now, since that time, we have heard from Trent Williams in 2 pressers, and he's mentioned, I've never been a free agent before. This is new to me. Yeah. Does he want to test free agency, or do we think we're close to a deal? Just what's your gut feeling on it?
First of all, with this regime going on year 5, have you ever heard any type of thing come out of that organization? They've been so tight-lipped about stuff. So it kind of makes me think, is this report legit, or is this a tactic by his agent saying blah, 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 trying to raise the market for his client, which obviously is a game that they play. Has the team tried to extend him? I'm sure they did. But I know Trent is said that he wanted to get the feel of the market. But like we said on the other show 2 nights ago, when was the last left tackle that hit the market?
Right.
So I think there's a price. I think the Niners are going to know what that price is between him and his agent and the 49ers. And I think a deal will get done. I don't think he will reach the market. But listen, he's not going to just bow down and say, oh, I'll sign for $10 million. No, he wants to be paid properly. The agent's trying to get the most he could out of the team, and the team's trying to protect themselves as well. So I think a deal does get done. It's a very important piece of this offense, especially with these rumors about adding another quarterback to the roster or removing Jimmy Garoppolo. You need someone to protect his blind side. So at the age of 32, they probably offer him a 2 to 3 year deal, and that's it. I think he comes back. I think the deal gets done. I wouldn't listen too much. I wouldn't read too much into that social media report.
Okay. All right. Sleepy Bear 408. I saw that you were in the hospital while watching the show. Hope everything is all right. He did say that it was nothing major, but still, our thoughts and prayers are with you or whoever you're there with. Hopefully everything is A+ top notch when you guys leave. Okay. All right, Breezy. Who you got next, man? Tony
All
said
right,
yes,
man.
they should, and yes, they will. I like it.
What's the first question?
Who your player is.
Right. That's not a question, though. But what's the question?
Oh, should the Niners bring that person back? And then will they bring
Thank you. The should and will. That's what I needed. Okay. All right, cool. All right. So I got Richard Sherman. And to answer the question, will the Niners bring them back? No, they will not bring Richard Sherman back. He's too expensive. He's older. He's slower. And basically, I think the Niners won't bring him back simply because they got a new DBs coach, and that DB coach needs different types of DBs. He needs bigger, taller, slinkier, younger versions of Richard Sherman that like to play press man. And I think that's why you saw the high success of what happened in the latter games that Sherman didn't play, and Spoon came back in, and Verrett was on one side, Spoon's on the other side, and you saw those guys kind of like locked down on those wide receivers. They were able to get up in their faces and jam them a little bit. So I think we're going to be going a different route when it comes to DB. So no, I don't think the 49ers will bring him back. Should they bring him back? Man, that's a tough question because I feel like they should bring him back if he's willing to play a different type of position for the 49ers. So if Sherman is willing to play safety, then hell yeah, you bring Sherman back. You line him up at safety. You let him play out there free as can be. You bring the other guy up there in the box and you call it a day. Can you imagine Sherman playing center field? I mean, you ain't got to worry about him getting beat. He already played 55 feet off the ball, 55 yards off the ball. So, and he's a great tackler, minus that last game he played in, which he tackled really poor. So, should they bring him back? Only if Sherman is willing to play something different for a discount double check cost, man. Other than that, I think Sherman is good as gone, guys.
And we saw him playing some center field in a couple of games this season.
We did. Wait a minute.
We sure did. That's something to think about. Yeah. All right. So will they? You said no. Should they? That's something to think about. You gave us a mean there. Okay. All right, cool. My first guy is going to be Solomon Thomas, the first draft pick of this regime. The 49ers traded back, acquired a couple of other picks, and then picked up Solomon Thomas. All right. Now, he played in only 2 games this season. All right. Got injured very early in the second game here. When I look at his stats, man, combined for his career, 95 tackles, 73 solo, 22 assisted tackles, 16 tackles for loss. Okay. He started 30 games out of 48 that he played in. But you could tell that it was a decline. I mean, they were gung-ho on him. His first year, he missed the 2 games. Second year, he played all 16, but it just got worse and worse for him. In 2019, listen to this, right? So when he first got him his rookie year, he played in 14 games. He started in 12 of them, okay? In 2018, he played in 16 games, only started – well, I'm not saying only, but started in 13 of them. That's a bad trend, all right? In 2019, he played in all 16, but only started 3, all right? And the numbers were just trending in the opposite direction. And they tried their damnedest to get Solomon Thomas on the field. Should they bring him back? I'm going to say no. Will they bring him back? Again, I'm going to say no. That injury is just going to be a little bit too much to overcome. Solomon Thomas, we thank you for your service. All right, Tony, you're up next, man.
Okay. 1 second. I'm sorry. I just bit on something. We got Jaquiski Tart. Jaquiski Tart is in year 6 with the 49ers. He's 29 years old. He had 30 tackles, 1 interception, played well in the beginning part of the season, flying all over the field, but the injuries kick in. And it seemed to be like a repetitious issue with Tart. It's not a knock against him. He plays physical. He's a physical safety. He will hit you. He's good in coverage. But my issue is here, in the situation that they're at with their salary cap, I think it's going to be hard that they bring him back. Would I like to bring him back to solidify that back end? Yes, at the right price. Do I think they bring him back? I don't think so, because they're getting into the part of their tenure where the drafted players that they drafted now have to take the roles of the free agents that are no longer in price range to retain. So meaning Travis Moore could have a starting role along with Jimmy Ward in the starting sector, like we've seen once Tart went out. So I think the team is going to go that route because, like I said, every penny counts. This is a business. They got to stay under that cap, and they got to keep the nucleus of this team together. But unfortunately, I don't see how the team can afford to bring Jaquazi Tart back with all these free agents and all key pieces that are about to hit the market that were key contributors to this roster in 2020.
Okay.
So far, we're not bringing anybody back. We got a couple.
Trent Williams.
No, we're bringing
Except for
Williams.
Trent. Except for Trent. Just making sure. All right. Good assessment, Tony. My guy, Kyle Juszczyk.
Juice.
So we all know Juszczyk's importance. His role on this team. Like we all know the importance of his role, right? We know that he helps solidify the run game. He's pretty great in pass protection. He's probably the smartest guy out on the field because he went to Harvard, right? So they say, and he's a pretty solid guy. You know what I mean? Like he's a pretty solid guy. But the question that you want to ask, like, is he worth the amount of money that he may be demanding? Like he's going to be the highest paid fullback in the game, but what is that market calling for the highest paid fullback? So the questions are, will the 49ers bring him back? That's a tough one. I think they want to.
Okay, so your should they is a yes.
So my should they is a yes. Will they? That's a toughie. That's a toughie if they will, because it comes down to what are we going to pay this guy? Now, if they make him a deal to where they only say, look, we need you to do so first of all, you can't be on this team and just play the fullback and expect it to have one role as the fullback. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, everybody that plays on this team plays multiple roles. So this is probably why certain players, Kittle, Juice, if he gets paid, a lot of these guys that can play multiple positions and do special things as at their position, they get paid a little bit more in their pop because they just do a little bit more at the position. I wonder if they bring Juice back, will they utilize him more? That's a question I would like to know, because Juice is a special player, but I think he's going to be too expensive. So I don't think they will bring him back, but they should bring him back.
Okay. All right, so the will is no, but should they? Yes. And like I said, there is a difference. So I'm glad you broke that down, man. All right, my next guy is going to be running back Tevin Coleman. You guys are going to notice we're all over the place here. We're going to be offense, defense, offense. There's no set order. Coleman appeared in 8 games this season. He had 28 rushing attempts for only 53 yards. That's an average of a solid whopping 1.9 yards per attempt. All right, but forget that. I understand he was injured and all that, so let's look at his career with the 49ers, okay? He played in 22 games. He started 12 of them. The starter doesn't really matter when it comes to running backs in the 49er system. But look at his stat line. He had 165 rushing attempts for 597 yards, okay? So it's an average of 3.6 yards per attempt, all right? When it came to receiving, all right, he had 35 receptions, 35 targets, 25 receptions for 214 yards, which is an average of 8.6. He had 1 receiving touchdown. He had 6 passing touchdowns. He seems like a decently productive guy. 3.6 yards a carry on the ground and 8.6 yards per reception in the air. The problem is this system is too kind to the backs that we have. And so should they bring him back? It's hard. I tell you what, should they bring him back? I'll say yes. If he's the worst back on your team's in good position. So should they bring him back? Yes. Will they bring him back though? No. I think they want more explosion, and they have that in a couple of other guys. So should they? Yes. Will they? No. That's what
You
I got.
think they should bring back Coleman?
Just looking at what he brings you, it's almost 4 yards a carry. This was his worst. This is his worst season as a ball carrier, and he fought through a lot of injuries, and it was 1.9 yards an attempt. For the most part, throughout his career, he's closer to 4 yards a carry, so that's good. That's on par for the. That's a little bit above average for the NFL. He's a good pass catcher. He knows the protections. He's a good blocker. Can pick up some blitzes. So, I mean, if it weren't for the injuries, I don't think we would be having this conversation with thinking about it. And that's what I'm looking at. I think that if he's the worst running back on your team's in a good position. That's why I said yes for the should. But will they? No, I think they're going to move on.
Okay.
All right. Tony, who you got for us, man? By the way, that's 6 people so far. I'm keeping count. Every time I go, it's times 3. So that's my second guy. So that's 6 people. I'm going to do a total on this.
I got a tough one, man. I got Kendrick Bourne right now.
Ooh.
I'm gonna let you take your time.
He's 25 years old. He's in the 4th year in the NFL. He had 49 catches for 627 yards, 2 touchdowns. He made big catches. He made big plays when needed. A lot of third down conversions. It seemed like he was always making those catches. I think I would like to bring him back. Okay. I like what I've seen out of him when they put him in the slot working the middle of the field. But again, he made 3.25 last year out of tender. I think they tendered him on the 2nd round level. And the issue here is, what do you think he could, A, get him for, and B, if he does hit the market, some teams are overpaying with a ton of cap space just to get him in on the team. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're going to give him a decent number. The knock about Kendrick Bourne is, like I said, he's in year 4, and there's still times where the quarterback, whoever was on the field at the time, was still directing him where to line up a couple times this season. And another knock on him is he catches the tough as hell balls that come to him, but then he drops the easy ones. So there's inconsistency with his hands. I like him. I like what he brings to the team. If they could try to somehow get him back on a 1-year team-friendly deal, which honestly I do not think is going to happen. I think a team's going to give him a 3-year deal starting at probably about $5 million a year, and that'll take him out of our range. Because if you do the math, if we block him up to 3 years, $15 million, or 3 years, $16 million, we could probably add 2 more players, bring 2 more young players back to the roster to fill spots instead of 1 wide receiver, where we already know who we have as 1A and 1B in Ayuk and Samuel. So this kind of turns to a luxury signing, a luxury re-signing. I like KB. I like his swag, but I just don't think the team goes that route because I think they need every penny this offseason, especially with the uncertainty at the cap. The floor is 175. I've been hearing it could potentially stay where it's at or drop maybe a couple million, which could help the 49ers. Because when you listen to Lynch's press conference, they're basing their offseason and their strategy off of 175. So, and they don't need cap space. So if they don't need cap space, I guess Kendrick Bourne's coming back. No, I'm joking. But I don't think the team will bring him back because I think someone's going to give him a fair deal, which he deserves, and potentially a larger role.
Okay. Now you got to read the comment because this is your guy.
I'll say
me.
Kendrick can get the
– Go ahead.
All right, JD. I don't want to say it.
Come on, you got to read the – what you doing?
He can get the F out of here.
Because now I'll be called an inconsiderate racist. So JD said, I'll say Kendrick can get the F out of here.
There you go. That's it, man.
I got you, JD.
All right, Breezy. Who's next on deck, man? Oh, wait, so Tony, your should they was yes for the right price, but your answer was will they? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, the next guy I got is K'Wan Williams.
Ooh.
All right. So K'Wan played in 8 games. All right. He had a total of, 22 tackles. If you guys don't know by now, he plays in the slot. He had 2 sacks, 2 blitzes, 2 sacks. Got there. 0 interceptions. He's definitely an intricate piece in the 49ers nickel packages, right? But how much are we going to pay a nickel back when we have other needs to address? So, should the 49ers bring him back?
Ooh. Don't do it to me, Breezy.
No. Here's
why.
why.
Oh, shit. Did you say no?
Here's why. I'm going to read these stats to you. 8 games played, 22 total tackles, 20 of them were solos, 1 sack, 2 interceptions. These numbers are better than K'Wan Williams.
Wait, those are K'Wan Williams.
No.
Those are not K'Wan Williams numbers.
I know where you're going with that.
Those were not K'Wan Williams. I'm not going to no, hell no.
That's my guy.
Well, then they need to bring Tony's guy back because Jamar
We're
Taylor.
not there yet. No, I'm not going to let you say the name. We're not there yet.
Okay, well, all right. I already said it, so might as well let Tony go again, and then Mike, you take 2 in a row.
Oh, Tony didn't say it. Oh my God, they figured it out in the chat. All right, so Breezy, you're no and no. You're a no and no.
I'm a no and no, man. Here's the thing.
What if he's cheap?
If he's cheap, that's different. But he's not going to be cheap. He's probably the number 1 nickel back in the league, and he's probably going to get those offers. The 49ers have so many other. You can't bring him back and bring Juice back and sign Trent Williams and sign Jason Verrett. Like, you guys, y'all tripping. Y'all talking about I'm high. Stop smoking that shit y'all smoking because we only got $25 million if we have that. So let's keep it a buck. We ain't got no money. Yeah, you saying, Callie, I bumped my head. I got you. But we can't bring back everybody. Now, if I just mentioned the guy whose numbers are better than his, they play the same amount of games.
Yeah, but Taylor don't play the run like he do, bro. Like, there's a difference. That team got a different swag with Shark. Hey, look, it's your guy.
You saying he doesn't play the run, and I can agree with you, but he plays the pass better. How I know he got 2 picks to 0 picks. So that lets me know he's a passing defender. All right. It's not about him being better. He's going to be cheaper. And we can go ahead and get other guys. But I'm done with it. I'm saying no to the no. That doesn't mean I don't like the Shark, because you know I like Shark. But we got Baby Shark waiting on deck. And that's who we need to bring back.
Let's go, baby.
Hey, just real quick before we move on, I see K'Wan Williams as a potential guy that's going to follow Saleh, similar how to when Kyle came here, he brought his free agents in to help implement the system. I think Saleh is going to bring K'Wan with him, potentially Jaquiski Tart with him, potentially Richard Sherman with him. These are guys that I think
that's where
Saleh does get a head coaching job, how he's going to pluck from the roster, from us, to help his transition to be easier and smoother.
What a wow. If Sherman goes with Saleh, wow.
Y'all keep talking like Saleh going. He ain't go. Never mind. Am I next? Is it on me?
You next. You know you next, Mike.
All right, I'm gonna keep. Saleh ain't going nowhere.
Sorry about the Baby Shark, guys. I'm sorry.
Saleh not going anywhere. All right, my guy is Tom Compton. He's a 49ers tackle. He played in 7 games this season. He actually started 3.
Next.
Wait, who's your guy? I'm sorry.
Tom Compton. Wait, what happened? What I missed? What y'all saying?
Tony just said next. like I'm gonna talk about my guy. I researched him. He sucks, but I'm gonna talk about him.
It's cool. You know that they don't do a whole lot of like stats for offensive linemen or anything like that.
Right.
But I will say this: he started 3 games. He played in 7. He had to come in and spell some guys. I don't remember yelling his name at my television. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember yelling.
Oh, that's because Mike McGlinchey was getting put on his ass. But let me tell you something. He was horrible, Mike. He wasn't good, Mike.
I don't think he's good. I don't think he's some top priority guy. I'm just saying that I can't remember, for someone who played in 7 games and started 3 of them, I can't remember screaming at him. But I also know that they slide protections and stuff like that. So should they bring him back? I'm going to say no. I would like to see the team stop holding on to people with system familiarity to Kyle Shanahan. That is very, 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 very annoying.
I'm gonna post some of these comments.
This guy
I
was
don't
in
give a-
Washington with Kyle. This guy was in Atlanta with Kyle, and then he was here. Like, I'm over it. I'm over it.
There-
I want to see this. I want to see Kyle start to get new guys. So no.
Thank you, Mike.
Will they? No.
Thank you, Mike. I want to know how this happens. Did he have a brain freeze from drinking like an icy or something? Because how do you get a concussion?
I think that was just an excuse to not.
Right. That's the conspiracy. Right.
But again, that's me thinking too much. I read.
No.
I wanted to know what it meant.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. It had something to do with something.
Right. I read ABC and I was like, that's an acronym for another brain concussion. Like, that's not, something's not right. You know, something ain't right here. So, all right. I believe that is now 9 free agents, and we are not even halfway through our list. So, Tony, take off, bro.
I got your guy, Mike, Mr. Ronald Blair.
This is how you know that we didn't do this list based off of favorites. It was really just a shuffle. So y'all know, like, Ronald Blair would be one of the guys that I would give myself so I could talk about him, and I didn't do that. So
I got Ronald Blair next. He's 27 years old, 6'4", 270. He's fourth year in the league. He played 2019, right? 2018 he played, and half of 19. He got hurt versus Seattle, I believe, chasing Russell Wilson, and he popped his foot got caught, and he popped his leg. Here's a guy who's had a bad break. He tore his ACL. He had the surgery. He was working out. He was getting ready to make his run, come back, be activated, and the knee just wouldn't cooperate. It wasn't there. It wasn't coming back to his normal. It wasn't getting his strength in his legs. So now that's an issue. You have your second knee surgery, and your knee is still not what it was. I understand you tear your ACL, your knee never will be what it was, but you tear an ACL in 2020 compared to when you tear an ACL in 1985, 1990, your career was done back then. Today, a 1 year calendar between 9 and 12 months, you're back at it. So I don't know if there's an underlying issue with his knee, but this could be a guy potentially that we could retain on a very low-cost deal because of the knee. The 49ers could take advantage of the knee. Not in a bad – I mean, I'm not trying to be a jerk and be heartless, but because of the uncertainty of that knee, they can bring him on a 1 year veteran minimum deal and give him like an incentive-laden contract.
Yeah.
But here's the other side to it. Robert Saleh loves this guy.
That is literally his man crush.
He loves Ronald Blair, okay? This guy, if he's healthy, well, I mean, obviously, hopefully he is healthy. He can go with Saleh to wherever he goes if Saleh goes. If Saleh does not get a job, I think the team brings him back, and I think the team helps him get along, like get that knee back in shape. I think if the team moves on from D Ford or D Ford retires, Blair definitely comes back. If they retain D Ford, which I really don't know what's going on with that, it's the biggest question mark of the 49ers besides Jimmy Garoppolo. He might not be back because, again, dollars and cents, they need every penny they can get to keep this team together. Unfortunately, I just can't see if it's going to cost $3 to $5 million to bring him back. I can't see the team do it. I think they might go the draft route and add another pass rusher that way.
Let me give you some information on him really quick, okay? So 47 games. He's only started 2. He's got 13 and a half sacks. Again, he didn't play this past season at all. 13 and a half sacks, 88 tackles in total, 22 tackles for loss. That's a separate stat from sack. Another separate stat from sacks is 27 quarterback hits, bro. So I before you give your should and will, I want you to do this 2 different ways. I want you to do your should and will the normal way, and then the shouldn't. I want 2 different should and wills. If Robert Saleh stays and if Robert Saleh goes.
If Saleh stays, he's staying. I think they're going to keep him. I can't see his agent trying to ask for $5 million. I can't do it. I mean, he could sign a 1 year veteran minimum base salary for what is according to the cap, and then potential incentives to make $4 million, $5 million. But I can't see them just saying, all right, here's $5 million. Come play. See how the knee is. If it's good, it's good. If not, it's not. He is one hell of a player. He has a very high motor. That's the one thing that stands out to me about Ronald Blair, the motor. You cannot question the motor. And I think that's why he's as good as it is, because I don't think he's as gifted as he looks on film and versus teams. It's just his motor just runs hot and it doesn't stop. So with that being said, I just kind of think if Salah goes, I don't think the team brings him back, because I think he's going to follow Salah no matter what the team offers him, because he has a rapport with Salah and Salah loves him.
So you're should they for if Salah goes, should the Niners bring him back? So yeah,
If Salah goes, I think he follows Salah. I don't think there's a choice.
right. That's your will they. But should the Niners bring him back if Salah's not here?
If they can get him for the right price. And if it could be a fair contract, a minimum base with an incentive-laden deal to get him not motivated, but to get the incentive for him to whatever the knee issue is to fight through it. I don't know. I'm not questioning him. It's just the knee I'm worried about. So
Okay.
that's why it's a tough situation, because we don't know what his knee is like right now. We all thought he was coming back this year, right? We got Ronald Blair back. Imagine him coming off the edge and spelling D Ford. But guess what? He didn't play one game, and the reports were that the knee was fine. So we don't know the truth, of course, and it's the 49ers, and that's the way they run.
Okay. So should they if Salah goes? Yes. Should they if Salah stays? Yes. Will they if Salah stays? Yes. Will they if Salah goes? No. Okay. All right. I got you. All right, Breezy. Who you got next on deck?
Okay. I have offensive lineman Ben Garland. I'm just gonna keep it short and simple. Yes, across the boards.
Ooh, okay. All right. We won't beat them.
Yes,
Tony,
across the boards.
Did you say really?
I agree with it. I agree 100% with it. Because look what he did. All right. Richburg went down. He took that team without a hiccup straight to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. That says a lot about a player at that position, especially. I mean, he struggled a little bit versus bigger interior, like nose tackles, if there was somebody shaded head up or a snapping arm shoulder, which they usually do to get the advantage of the center. But yeah, I still like what he brought. He's a military guy. He's a captain in the military. He's a leader. So, and it's not going to cost you a hell of a lot of money to retain him. So this is where you're going to get a lot of these guys, low cost, high productive veterans at the latter part of their careers that are looking to latch on for a Super Bowl run and still have something to offer you on the field.
Okay. All right. I like it. I'm going to try to keep mine short and sweet, but this guy definitely deserves a nice little spotlight or highlight on this show, but I won't do it now. We'll give him his homage later on. But my guy is Kerry Hyder. Kerry Hyder played in 16 games. He started 14. He finished the season with 8.5 sacks, 49 total tackles, 18 quarterback hits, 10 tackles for loss. Oh, man. This Kerry Hyder was to our defense what Laken Tomlinson usually is to our offense. All right. I'll let you guys figure out the analogy and tie it all together. But wow, oh, wow. And short and sweet, like Breezy said, should they? Yes. Will they? Yes. And that's going to do it for Kerry Hyder. But, man, this guy is good. He's fun to watch. And like what Tony said about Ronald Blair, this guy, I think he's less of a tactician than Ronald Blair is. A technician, not tactician. I think he's less of a technician than Ronald Blair is, but he's got that motor that Tony was talking about. You never see Hyder, even when he's running out of gas, he's still trying. He's the little engine that could out there all the time. So that's what I think about Kerry Hyder. I like it. Yes and yes. All right. So that is now Hyder was my
That's 12, Mike.
4. Shut up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 12.
We're not gonna be here at 3 o'clock in the morning.
All right, Tony, you up next. Are we already about to be at an hour show?
All right, I'll speed this one up for you. Ziggy Ansah. No, thank you. Next.
Who?
Wait, I didn't hear his person. That was too fast.
Right.
I have Ziggy Ansah next. He was brought in due to all the injuries at the pass rushers. The guy played, I think, a game and a half, got injured again. One positive thing about Ziggy Ansah, he did look in pretty decent shape for someone that was out of the league for X amount of time. I'm going to say no, but there is that slim chance that they potentially could bring him back to keep him as a body in camp due to Bosa coming back from ACL, the uncertainty of D Ford, Blair's knee, and Hyder is a free agent. So we really lost a lot of depth at the defensive end spot. So this is where he could be the one guy that's a very, very – could be a potentially a low-cost deal just to keep him there in case these ACLs and agents don't get re-signed.
These
But
people out here are hilarious, bro. I love what you're saying about it. I do. But just listening to their comments, they're calling Ziggy Glass, but Ronald Blair can't stay healthy either. Like, what are you talking about? They're the same freaking player. No, you can't say that because when Ziggy was healthy, he was dominant.
No.
All right.
Absolutely not, bro.
Ziggy wasn't dominant in Detroit. Man, get the fuck out of here. Like,
he had one good year in Detroit. One.
That's all he needed, Mike.
No. Ziggy is injured way more than Ronald Blair. No way you doing that.
Dude, they're both glass, bro. Blair can't stay healthy, and now they get Ziggy.
I think because Ziggy's been in the league longer, he's had more injuries over his career where Ronald Blair was just the knee. Ziggy's got the shoulder, the elbow, the knees. I think he's tore both of his ACLs. He's got a bum shoulder. And, it's just like he's not coming back. Okay.
And that's fine. But my point is we're not bringing him back, but we'll bring a guy that can't get his knees right back. And we need him to do one thing too. Let's not just bring the injured guys back. How about we get these new pieces, Mike, that you said? Let's get some new guys.
You related to Ziggy?
No, I'm not. But I hate when we do stuff like that, Mike, especially you. You talk shit about one player because
I like homegrown talent. I will always go to bat for the guys that we picked up.
That's
not
fine.
Somebody off another roster.
And that's fine. I don't mind that. But my point is injured, bro. Not being on the field and not being productive is not being on the field and not being productive. I don't care if you were drafted.
Nothing like Ziggy Ansah's.
But injured is injured.
Every
Mike.
player gets injured at some point.
Not playing is not playing, Mike.
Every player gets injured at some point.
Not playing is not playing. Isn't that the same thing?
Ziggy doesn't play more than Blair doesn't play.
They both just don't play, Mike. That's my point.
And that's what I'm telling you. That's not true. Blair has never missed an entire season before.
All right. So my guy, is it my turn? Because they both not playing and we're arguing over two guys that haven't played. This guy, no. Guess who I'm talking about? Jerick McKinnon. I'm sorry to make you choke. Listen, man. Jerick McKinnon is just a big no. He's done. He's pretty much washed up as a back. He can't kick off return. He can't. He's just not it. It's time.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, we're gonna keep this thing moving, man. Mine is all right. Here we go. I'm about to get yelled at again. Mine is Jordan Reed, tight end Jordan Reed.
Okay.
Jordan Reed played in 10 games. He only started one. He had 46 targets for only 26 receptions, 8.9 yards of reception, but he did finish with 4 touchdowns. I understand that Jordan Reed's 28, 29 years old, something like that. He didn't play all of 2019, so he doesn't have all the wear and tear on his body that we think he does. But he's often injured. I don't think that he was injured this year, and I know people want to see what he could do with a Kittle. Should they bring him back? I'm going to say yes. Will they bring him back? I'm going to say no. I don't think they're going to bring Jordan Reed back. And that's going to do it for me. We are now up to 15. All right, Tony.
Tony Bergstrom. He's a center that they added, I think, pretty much once they decided to put Garland on the injury reserve. They added him. They picked him up. I think he was last with either Arizona or with Washington. He's a veteran. He's 32 years old. It's his 8th year in the league. He was kind of an odd ad because I don't see no ties to him. I just think they brought him in because he's a veteran and he does have starting experience in the league. So that's why they brought him in. I don't see them retaining him at all. Period. There's really not much on him.
Okay. Bergstrom is a no and no.
That was a quick. All right, this one is a guy we definitely need to spend a couple of minutes on. So I have cornerback Jason Verrett. Jason Verrett was able to, and shout out to the 49ers training staff. They were able to help this guy get healthy.
Thank you for saying that.
And finish out a season where I believe he only gave up, I want to say, and I could be wrong, but I think there was some statistic flowing out there, maybe a total of like 76 yards all season. This guy,
5 yards all season and 1 touchdown, I believe.
So this guy is a guy that you want to bring back. And so guys, when I say I think that the 49ers will and should bring, should the 49ers bring him back? Hell yes. Will they bring him back? That's tough. I don't think Verrett is going to be able to demand top dollar as a cornerback, right? He's older. I just don't think he'll get the top dollar, but he might get a better offer for a team like the Chargers or teams with more money. You know what I'm saying? And this could have been, Mike said every time we watched the game, Mike used to say that the 49ers were the get-right team. Teams would play us and get right and then go on these win streaks. Maybe Jason Verrett came here, got healed up, did what he had to do, and now he's going to go out and make his bread, man. So don't be upset if Jason Verrett doesn't sign with the Niners. I know it sounds like he wants to be here, but money talks, guys. And I think teams are going to offer him some dough. So if we're willing to pay 8, there's going to be a team that's willing to pay him 8.5. If we're not willing to keep going up, I can honestly say we're going to lose Jason Verrett. So will they? Should they bring him back? Yes. Will they bring him back? Yes.
Woo.
Yes.
And he gave us the other yes. Okay, I like it. I agree. Sticking with that DB in the secondary, man, I actually got Akello Witherspoon as my next guy here.
Of course you did, Mike.
I swear this is all random. I was actually hoping I didn't get him, but it is what it is. He appeared in 11 games this year. He started in 4, finished with 1 exception. I swear, I just did the list. I promise you, I just did the list, man.
I'm joking.
He had 4 passes defensed. That's what it says. Only 4. 20 combined tackles. 1 tackle for loss.
Interception.
Yeah, the 1 interception this year. He has 4 in the career, 1 return for a touchdown on his career. Long story short, should they bring him back? Based off of the way he finished the year, absolutely they should bring him back. He's a guy they could probably get on the cheap, all things considered. But will they bring him back? No, they will not bring him back. Talk about a guy that's going to follow Saleh. I think he's one of those guys, or maybe even go to where Joe Woods was playing.
Cleveland.
I disagree, Mike. I respectively disagree. I think the 49ers will bring him back because Tony, not our Tony, but the 49ers Tony, was able to get the best out of this kid, especially when they removed Sherman from the whole game plan. And they told this kid to play up or play press. He also played off the ball. We saw him play 7 yards off the ball as well, like Sherm, right? And we watched him really not give up the deep pass, right? We watched him play coverage decent or well enough to where the quarterbacks had to overthrow the ball, right, to get the ball down the field. I think our DB coach likes these type of players, and I think that they're not going to make him a super extensive offer, but I think he fits with our DB's coach better than Mosley does, and I'm sure one of you guys have Mosley, so we'll go ahead and get to that. But I respectively disagree. I think they should and will.
I like it. 18.
I feel like Tony wanted to tap on that real quick, but go ahead.
No, I'm not going to. Dante Johnson I have. Mike's guy, Mr. New Jersey.
New Jersey in the building.
NC State product, one of the handful of guys that are still left from the Trent Baalke regime.
Oh, wow.
17 tackles, 1 sack. I'm just going to go out and say I think he comes back. I think he comes back for the reason that there's 0 depth in this secondary. And if you're saying you don't think we bring Verrett back. I don't think we're bringing Sherman back. I don't think Mike's saying that he doesn't think Witherspoon's back. You got to bring a body back. And I'm not saying he's going to be the starter. I think he's going to contribute because remember when we dealt with the injury with K'Wan Williams after Taylor went down with the torn ACL? He played decent. I'm not going to say he played excellent. He filled the role.
He played good.
Yeah.
I think he offers something to the special teams unit. And again, it's about money. So what is it going to cost you to retain Dante Johnson? Let's be real.
About
$1 million?
$5.
$1.5 million? All right. This is a signing that's going to be. This is a guy that's going to be brought back because, someone just put it. Caesar just put it in there. How many times has Dante Johnson been cut and went to another team and the Niners will bring him back?
Dante Johnson has worn 5 numbers for the 49ers, Joe. 5 different jersey numbers.
Stop doing that shit, Breezy.
What? I went to look for pictures of him because I wanted to use them in a graphic, and I couldn't remember which was the last number, which was 27. But he had other numbers.
He had 36, 48, 27.
So 4 numbers, 3 numbers. It's a lot.
I think there was another one, but getting back to it, it's adding a depth piece for a cheap cost. It's not costing you a draft pick. You need special team players. And listen, it's not a lock to make the final 53. It's someone to go to camp with the 90 guys.
Got to build the 90, baby. Got to build the 90.
That's what you got to do. So I think he comes back on a 1-year deal.
Should they is yes also?
What's that?
Your should they was also yes?
Yeah, I'm going both yes.
Okay.
I like that, Tony. I like that. I got Center Haranis Grasu. I'm just going to go nose across the board. There's not really much to explain. I mean, he didn't play much. When he did play, it was like a little breath of fresh air, a little relief because you had a true natural center playing center. But I think they get their center situation fixed with Ben Garland getting healthy. We don't know the situation with our starting center, but Richburg. But I think Grasu is a no-no.
Okay. All right. Won't touch on it any more than that. I have edge guy, Deion Jordan jersey. All right, now my problem with this dude is inconsistency. I went back and I looked at the plays that he made that were well. He had 3 sacks this year, the fumble recovery, and I'm gonna sound like a hater when I say this. I just felt like he was in the right place at the right time. I don't think that he ever earned the fumble recovery or earned the sack. Like, I never saw him, like, beat a guy. He just happened to be right there. And, quarterback, hi, I got you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to say no and no for Deion Jordan.
All right. I got, Mr. Jamar Taylor.
Hey, here we go. Here we go.
There's 2 knocks against him right now. Age, he's 30. And the ACL injury. But
how old is Shark?
29.
No, Shark is 32.
Oh, okay.
Not 32, but 30 as well.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say I didn't think Shark was that damn old.
No, 30 as well. Sorry. He's 30 years old, 6 years in the league. He's had 20 tackles, 1 strip, and 2 interceptions. Like Wayne said, he's got more interceptions than K'Wan Williams. Again, I think this is a dollars and cents move. I think they do bring him back. Okay, I know he's got the ACL late in the latter part of the year, which might cause him to miss maybe first 2-3 weeks of the season. He could be on the PUP list or whatever list it's called. I would bring him back, guys, because listen, we're going into free agency with 2 starter returning now because we're already saying that Tart's going to move on. So you're going to have Travarius Moore, one safety, and you got Jimmy Ward. I couldn't remember his first name. Jimmy Ward at the other safety. We have no corners under contract. From just going over it quick, I'm sure we have like a lower end guy like a Tim Harris or something. I know we just signed him, but there's no legit players under contract at the corner spot. That's an issue. So you need bodies because you can't go into the draft and use all 9 of your draft picks on corners because we do have other areas to fill. So players like this that could come in on a low 1-year deal, this is where these guys are this is where the 49ers are going to tap into. They're going to go into this group of players and bring them on the roster. Remember, it's about filling the 90 going into camp. God willing, there's a freaking camp this year. And it's all about competition. There is film on him. They do like him. He played well when Williams went down. Tony Oden likes him. He has confidence in him. So I think he comes back, my opinion. And I do think they bring him back because it's a low-cost deal.
All right. I got defensive end Jordan Willis. I'm going to go with yes and yes. And the reason why I'm going to go with yes and yes is because Mike already dismissed Deion Jordan. And I feel like these two guys could kind of battle. These two guys in camp, if they both were brought back, would battle it out. The 49ers need depth on the defensive line. And we talked about, us trying to get Ronald Blair back. And we want to bring back as many bodies as possible for the least amount of money. And I think this is one of those guys you can get on a cheap win. We did make the trade for him, right? We got him from the Jets, if I'm not mistaken. So I believe this is a guy that they're going to try to bring back, depending on what the contract is with his rights or whatever. And I think they'll be able to get him for a cheap deal. And I think you need more depth on that defensive line because even with Bosa coming back and even with Bosa being, 100% healthy, you definitely want to make sure you got guys that can do rotation because you best believe Bosa will be heavily rotated in 2021. I mean, heavily rotated in 2021. So I think you bring this guy back. How many? Let me see. I believe he has a sack, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go back to the stats. And we were talking about Jordan Willis. See, Jordan Willis he played in 7 games, right? He has 7 solo tackles, total of 13. He had 2.5 sacks. Mm-hmm. So he only had a half a sack less than Jordan Reed. And you got to sit there and say which one of these guys are going to win out in a camp. So I think they actually bring both of them back, but only one of these guys are going to make the team.
Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. So yes and yes for him.
Like, what cigar are you on? Number 3?
Me?
Yeah.
No cigars. I'm only doing hookah. I can't smoke.
What are you trying to say, Wayne? We're that slow?
All right. This next guy, let's see if you guys can figure this guy out, okay? He's responsible for over 105 points for the 49ers in 3 seasons. He is responsible for over 3,400 yards. And my answers are no, we should not bring him back, and no, we will not bring him back. Who am I talking about?
I don't know.
In 3 seasons, over 3,400 yards, and accounted for well over 100 points. It's quarterback C.J. Beathard.
Oh, okay. It had to be a quarterback. And
yeah.
I got Nick, but I forgot C.J. was a guy. Was a free agent.
In 19 games, CJ has 3,469 yards, 18 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. He's been sacked 46 times. God damn. Yo. Anyway, the answer is no. No. Thank you for your time here. Wish you nothing but the best, but got to go do that somewhere else, bro. And that's it. That's it for CJ.
Good run toward the end of the season, though. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, all right, my next guy is Mr. Joe Walker. They signed him to a 1-year deal last year from the Arizona Cardinals. He's 6'2", 230. He's 28 years old, 50 year in the league. Clearly a special teams role. I think he filled in a game or 2. I think statistic-wise, he had 5 tackles, and probably 4 of them were special team tackles. I remember him filling in for an injury for one of the guys when they got knocked out of the game for a little bit. I don't think they bring him back. I wouldn't bring him back. I don't think they bring him back because I think they can find a cheaper and better option as potentially an undrafted free agent or even a draft pick potentially.
All right. Let's keep it moving. I have quarterback Nick Mullins. I think he's an ERA 2 guy, right? So I believe we own his rights. Or that might have been last season. Anyway, we put a tender on him. Free agent Nick Mullins. Should the 49ers bring him back? Look, they need some quarterbacks on their roster. If we're not bringing back CJ and we're trying, I don't know what's going on with Jimmy. And I mean, Jimmy is the quarterback on the roster as of right. Jimmy's the only quarterback on the roster as of right now. Now that I think about it, we need some guys. I say they can draft a guy. Should the 49ers bring back Nick Mullins? Absolutely not. I mean, it's clear he can't start in this particular type of offense and run this offense. Will they bring him back? They better not bring him back, or there's going to be a revolt. If you thought the Capitol building was crazy, Levi will be even crazier if Nick Mullins shows back up to a 49ers. Plus, he's not going to play this season anyway with that Tommy John surgery. So No.
He talked all that positive shit. It was like they better not.
I forgot about DJ Rosen, guys. We do own his rights too.
All right. My guy is going to be Ross Dwelly, tight end for the 49ers.
He's a free agent already?
Yes. His time is come and gone, man, with us. Ross
Protected.
Dwelly. What was that?
I think he's restricted.
Well, we said we weren't going to differentiate in this show, but he is on the free agent list this year. He played in all 16 games this year. He had 19 receptions, 245 yards, and a touchdown. As a career, he's got 43 games under his belt with only 36 receptions. So he really came on this year. 36 receptions, 350 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I'm actually going to say yes, they bring him back to compete. I'm not sure if he's going to make the final 53, but as far as making that 90, should they bring him back? I'm going to say no. I would prefer them to go out and draft somebody and see what they have, or, see what Chase Harrell has or something like that. But will they? I'm going to say yes.
Sounds like he had better hands than George Kittle. All right, Tony, who's your guy?
We're going to throw a shot and then dip like that. Okay.
I'm good. I have Tabor Pepper, the long snapper that we added once we moved on from Kyle Nelson. This is a definite yes for me. I think it's a definite yes for the team. I don't think you want to mess with the continuity between the snap, hold, and the kick. I think he did a pretty damn solid job filling in on the dime for Nelson once they moved on for him. He just picked up and just carried on. So I think they're going to bring him back, definitely. And I wouldn't be surprised if they had another guy to compete with him, but yes and yes for me with Tabor, sorry. Pepper Ball.
All right, we moving now. Jeff Wilson Jr.
Man.
So this has to be 2 yeses.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So this is a should in the will. There's no need to explain it. Other than the fumbles, this guy has proven, and every running back has fumbled on this team this year, by the way, from Wilson to Mostert to Hasty. Only one that hasn't fumbled is Tico. So let's just call it like it is. But they have to bring this guy back.
From the sideline.
But when he was in the game, Mike, he didn't fumble. Why you always got to say, man?
You got to ignore me. I didn't even know you heard me.
Yeah, but he played some games. You said he averaged 1.1 yard a carry.
No.
Wait, did you just say you don't know that? Never mind.
What happened, Tony? Say it.
Said, I didn't know you heard me. There's a mute button if you want to say something after you hear it.
Mike, no doggone well, I heard him. He tried to keep us on this show to 4:00 in the morning. But no, they got to bring this guy back, man. Tico, and for your information about Tico's negative yards, he gets negative yards because when he comes in the game, like the 15th string offensive line is in there, and they just as soon as he gets the ball, he's hit. Don't say it's not true, Mike. You just watch his games.
He trash, bro.
I'm not saying he's not trash. I'm just saying the offensive line
is a yes and a yes, right?
Yes and a yes. Keep it moving, bro, because I could talk.
All right. My next guy is actually quarterback Josh Rosen. He did absolutely nothing for the 49ers. He's done not much to talk about in his entire career. I don't like his throwing motion, and people got excited because he was a former first-round pick. Should the team bring him back? Yes. Will they bring him back? I'm going to say yes. Like Wayne said a couple of picks ago, I think he had Nick Mullins. We don't have anybody in this quarterback room. This is somebody that we have the rights to. We'll discuss that on a future show. But, I think he comes back to at least compete until the draft and training camp. Yes.
Good call. And just real quick before I go on my guy.
It's 24.
Do you think that their strategy changed once they signed Rosen off the practice squad?
What do you mean?
As far as the quarterback situation and whether that you mortgage your future and move up in the draft to grab one?
It's 30.
Oh, do you think they want to see what they can get out of Josh Rosen? And at this point, that's a good question.
He's a first round pick because it went from like, oh, Jimmy's gone, and then all of a sudden, maybe they're going to keep Jimmy after they brought in Rosen. I'm not saying Rosen's a lock to make the roster at all, but it's another first round talent that you can evaluate and project and see how he looks in your system. Because let's face it, he's bounced around the league. He has poor coaching across the board everywhere he went.
That's a good question. That's a good point.
Listen, you don't know.
Let me ask you this: from your
Wait. I'm sorry. What year did Bruce Arians leave Arizona?
the same year that Josh Rosen beat the 49ers.
Yeah.
Was Bruce Arians his coach in 2018?
No, that wasn't it. Like Ken.
It was Arians. It was somebody else, and it was Klingsbury.
I thought his name was Ken Hunsenberg.
Ken or whatever. He was only with Arizona in 2018. 2019, he went to Miami. This year, he was Tampa Bay's practice squad and then the Niners. So I'm asking because he said he never had good coaching, and I didn't know if he overlapped with Bruce. That's all I was asking.
But Bruce only wants you to do one thing. That's get the ball down the damn field. Like, throw the ball deep. Like, look what he's doing with Tom Brady. I mean, he's making guys throw that ball down the field. Maybe Josh Rosen is a better decision maker, better slicing and dicing, and can still throw the ball. He does have a deep ball. Now, I'm not sticking up for Rosen, but let's keep the show going. Whose turn is it?
Rosen was my guy. Tony was on his guy, I believe.
Emmanuel Mosley.
Or Todd Bowles was the coach.
That's who it was, Todd Bowles. And I think Wisenhunt was the offensive coordinator.
Right. I thought Wisenhunt. Okay. So you might be right.
I have Emmanuel Mosley. He's had 34 tackles, 1 interceptions. I don't have the games where he actually started because they kept rotating those cornerbacks and stuff. He did play in a lot of games this year, sat out a couple, like maybe not the last 2 games, but maybe 2 games before that where he was inactive. I think the Dallas game, he was active, but he didn't get on the field. He played special teams. He is protected. He's not I know you don't want to get into it, but he's not an unrestricted free agent, so we do kind of have the rights to him, and we can bring him back and retain him on a fair deal. Again, we're losing everybody. You need bodies back there. I don't think it's going to cost a lot of money to bring him back. Do I think they bring him back? Yes, because of what I just said. It's about dollars and cents, and I would bring him back too because it's a low-cost deal. You need bodies. You can't start fresh. We have too many other needs to fill. So I think he comes back. But on the other hand, if they tender him, you're right. I think he's going to come back. I'm sticking with that. Both ways. Yes.
All right. I have offensive lineman, center / guard / tackle / Daniel Brunskill. And I think they bring him back. I think they should and they will bring him back. I really do. He's proven that he can be used in multiple ways on this offense. He might not be great at all of the trades. We know that he's probably best at guard, I believe. But I think this is a guy you could bring back on the low, and we need bodies. So you bring him back in here to compete. He can play tackle too. So if Colton McKivitz is getting better at that right guard spot, hey man, slide somebody else at that right tackle position and I think he's back definitely for competition purposes. He's a big, mean guy. And it's just unfortunate that he had to play center. But if the 49ers are struggling with center, maybe he gets better at the center position in the offseason. Players do progress, guys. Some players regress, some players progress. He wasn't coming into the season having to play center. Let's just give him that. So we did watch him take a couple of steps back, but I think this is a guy you want to keep on your team. They should bring him back, and they will bring him back.
All right. I like that. My guy is Kendarius Demaria Webster, also known as Ken Webster. 5'11" corner. Keep it short and sweet. No and no.
Oh, all right.
Special teams, right?
Yeah, man. He was a great gunner. I'm sorry. All right, you're gonna go into camp with 3 corners. That's great. You need pieces, Mike. You can't say no to everybody.
I'm not bringing this guy back. I'm not bringing him back.
Mike is on one. I love it. All right, Tony.
I also believe in undrafted free agents and other free agent from other teams. The 49ers roster will not just be compromised of draft picks, undrafted free agents, and people who are free agents right now. We will go out and sign some people from around the league that weren't retained by other teams. And because of that, I don't think this guy makes it.
I agree. Well, I agree with what you're saying. I don't know if he makes it.
33.
River Craycraft, no.
Okay, let's keep it moving. Trent Taylor, hell no.
Damn, just like that?
What's he done for me lately?
I ain't mad at you, bro. All right, well, this is my last guy. I think you guys each have another guy. This is going to be for DJ Jones, man.
Ooh.
DJ Jones. Now, I don't know if you guys know I have like an affinity for this guy. This is my dude, man. I love his personality. Him, his pops, they're very, very cool people, man. This guy's got to stay healthy, man. He's got to stay on the field, you know. DJ Jones is somebody who I love. DJ Jones made me feel comfortable moving on from DeForest Buckner. He's got 5 career sacks. He's got 52 solo tackles as a career, 70 in total, 13 tackles for loss, 6 quarterback hits. He's only played in 44 games. All right, so I said all that, and he's only played in 44 games. Should the Niners bring him back? You know what? I'm gonna say yes and yes. Will they bring him back also? Yes, I think so. I think that the team loves this kid. I think he loves this team, and I think he will be back. I can't believe that happened on 4th down. I've been rewatching the Saints game the whole time, and just this whole drive was just something different. I'm sorry. Go ahead. 36. No. Shit, I got to count it up. Go ahead.
37.
Well, Tony's on 30. No, Tony, yeah.
You're 37. I'm 38.
36. Yeah, it was 36.
I have Marcel Harris.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta bring bodies back. Gotta bring bodies back.
If they keep him to play at what his strength is as a box safety, yes.
Maybe he replaces Tart.
Huh?
Maybe he replaces Tart.
He could. I think him and Moore are gonna fight it out. But I just, if they try to make him a cover safety, I have a hard time seeing it. I think they are going to bring him back because I don't see anybody throwing money at him because of his tape on being
because of his poor angles.
His poor angles. I mean, listen, if you want a guy who's going to fly down to the box and knock you out, this is your guy.
He's got to scrape better too, Tony.
Huh?
Nothing.
What'd you say?
He's got to scrape better. He said it right.
Scrape. Yeah, okay. Scrape. The only thing I'll be scraping is the ice off my window.
He's talking about.
I know what he's talking about. I know what he's talking about. I know. Believe me. I'm going to go with yes and yes. I'm going to bring him back and let him compete. I don't think it's going to be a multi-year deal. I think it's going to be a 1-year deal, and that's it.
All right. Austin Walter, running back. No.
Oh, damn.
No. Will they bring him back? No. Should they bring him back? No, because they'll find somebody. They'll draft an undrafted free agent. They'll sign an undrafted free agent. That's what they do. I mean, he was here due to injury only, and because of that, he stayed on the squad because of injury. So I think he won't be back. And he shouldn't be back either because I think there's going to be some other guys that they'll be able to go scoop up and put on the team or on the practice squad.
Okay. And that's it. I don't have anybody else left.
Thank goodness.
That stops it at 38. Where was this 44 number coming from?
You probably missed some guys.
I think you definitely missed people.
I went down the whole list to make sure I got everybody, man.
It's okay.
Now, maybe the site I was using wasn't updated, maybe. Because I don't know. I can't think of another person.
Oh, wait a second. I wonder if that included the guys. Well, no, we signed 13, 14, 15 guys. There's got to
What?
be people missing.
I
That
wonder if some of
included-
those guys, that we signed on that practice squad already.
Yeah, because like Jennings, Maiden,
Kevin White.
No, but Jennings isn't a free agent.
yeah, well, they just signed him.
Wait. Nobody had Juwan Jennings?
We
No,
just
Jennings,
did it.
Jennings
He's
was
not
drafted.
leaving.
Jennings was drafted. They didn't just sign Jennings. Jennings was always on that list.
Yeah, but they what they did was they cut him, put him on the practice squad, and then his contract expires at the end of the year. So what they did was they signed him to a futures deal. That's the guys we just did the show on, Mike. 15 breaking news undrafted free agent.
Yeah. It's those guys there. You're right. Jalen Hurd, I see people keep typing his name in here. He's not a free agent. Jalen Hurd has been on the 53 roster or on IR. So the team still has him for another year after this year. So Jalen Hurd will still be here. Yeah, we didn't say Kevin White.
Because Kevin White was signed to a futures contract.
Yeah, so that's okay. So they did update it. So that's what it is. Mm-hmm. They did update it and they removed some of the names because they signed. Okay, that's what Tony was saying. All right, I'm gonna shut up. All right, guys, an hour and a half. Wow, it's been a very, very long show. But I thank you guys, man. This was a lot of fun. Now we're gonna break down the different types of free agents, and we're gonna go into that in the future. So you guys make sure you guys are locked in. We're gonna go over some of these names. We'll tell you what the rights and all that stuff means and whether or not we should bring him back. We'll have some more caveats in there for you guys. So make sure you are locked in, tuned in. Okay. I promise you guys that we will break this all down in the future. Okay. So that's going to do it for us, guys. Any final thoughts before we get up out of here, man? Thank you guys for rocking out. This was cool. This is a nice flow. Anything else you guys want to add?
Great show. Love you all, man. Love everybody out there too, man. Oh, and if you haven't already saw all the polls on my Wayne Breezy account, please go and vote the Nitty Gritty Niners Award.
You started your own OnlyFans?
Huh?
You started OnlyFans too?
Is that what I said?
You said you want people to go look at polls?
You just let them score a touchdown because I put my head down, Mike. I can't. This mother freaker, yo.
Hey, before we jump off, Lino Hernandez just posted a question.
Mike, I hate you.
Actual statement. He said, we should bring back Travis Benjamin. Travis Benjamin opted out to the COVID list, so we do retain his rights this year. He's on a $1.5 million deal. There was 4 guys. Sean Coleman. I think it totaled all of them up totaled to like $6.5 million. So the way their contracts are structured, it's all like, they cut them. They're not ties to them. There's no guaranteed money. So that's a way of 49ers could pick up $6.5 million towards the cap space. Or they can keep 1 or 2 guys and give Travis Benjamin a look at the slot, or give Travis Benjamin a look at the the kick returner, punt returner. So we have options. And just thank you, everybody, for the support. Miss Debbie.
Oh yeah.
Else. I forgot who they were. Miss Debbie. Callie
had your back. There was a lot of people in here, man. Melissa. A lot of people had your back, man.
It's greatly appreciated. It's sad it some idiot had to do something like that and try to cause a problem, but it is what it is. And if he's watching, I got 6 more followers today since the show started. So I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
There you go, man. That's going to do it for us, man. My final thoughts are this, man. Guys, go out here. It's 2021. It's a new year, man. The year started in a messed up way. This 7-day trial is not good. But we have a lot of opportunity, time, and chances to change it. Go out there and be the positive change that you want to see. And make sure that you guys tell people, if they're a Niner fan, to come check us out, man. We bringing it to you. Nobody else is breaking it down like this. So make sure you guys tell them. Go check out Nothing But Niners on YouTube. We appreciate you guys. And that's going to do it for us here tonight, man. Prepare for glory.
Anticipate pain.
But always remain faithful.
We're out here, guys. Peace.